Welcome everyone. My name is Lisa and this is Penny, and you are watching our channel. It's the One Lisa Show. Happy Friday everybody. It is Friday Sews, and this is more of a waffle, which is all I really do nowadays is waffle. I have done a lot of sewing this week, and let me start off with what I'm wearing today. This is one of my very first clothing makes once COVID started, and it is the Frankie tee by Tilly and the Buttons. Penny needs to say hi. Yeah, Penny's saying hi. Sorry, as I was saying, this is the Frankie tee by Tilly and the Buttons. It is not a standalone pattern. It is out of their book, Stretch, and it's a guide to sewing stretch fabrics. And here it is, the Frankie baseball t-shirt. I have made a handful of these, and I'm in the process of making another one. And all the ones I think I've made, I've done the full length sleeve, but I think the one I'm going to do next is I'm going to go for that 3/4 inch sleeve length. And this fabric was from girl Charlie out of LA in California. There's a link in my description box to that website. They sell a lot of different knit fabrics at reasonable prices if you are in the US. I was kind of playing around with my makeup today, and it looks like, I don't know if it's the lighting, but it looks like I got beat up. Thank you for all the comments everybody put in my last video. I have been dealing with more hair shedding than normal. I did go to my GP this week. I have an appointment with my dermatologist next month, and we ran blood work on everything. Every type of blood work you can imagine that they run on you, they pretty much ran on me, and my numbers came back normal. There was one item that was a little below normal, but it does not seem my doctors are concerned with that at this moment. So if this doesn't ease up in a few weeks, we're gonna probably run that test again, or I will see my hematologist and for further testing. But I do have a follow-up with my dermatologist next month, and let's hope it is a COVID item. But my thyroid, everything came back fine, so that is a positive. That makes me definitely feel pretty relieved with that. I know a lot of you had mentioned that it could be thyroid issues, or you personally had thyroid issues, and that was one of the symptoms that helped determine the thyroid dysfunction going on with you. So in my mind, I'm very pleased that everything looks good right now. Let's hope this is not, I am just not going bald. And if I am, I rock a bald head, so I'm not too worried. It is just bringing back a lot of memories of when I lost my hair previous times before. This week, I've been working on my Nielsen Dawn jeans. This is where I'm at. So I'll show you what I did last night. I'm again going back to a easier, don't rush to do a million projects every week. This is the back pieces. I got my pockets on, no designs on the pockets. I didn't even get to this part yet, taking the strays off. I'm going to actually put, I think, some bar tacks right there, because I think that would be very helpful, because I do stick my hand in my pockets quite often. But nice simple back pockets on those pieces. And this is a stretch 4.5 ounce denim from Beyond the Pink Door. It's gray, so it has some give, but here's my front. I have opted for the button fly, the good old-fashioned button fly, which I've never done one before. And here are my pockets. This piece has been put together, looks pretty good. There's some bar tacks there, just where they should be. The only thing I have a hard time with is this little pucker right here. And I'm certain it is just an uneven stitch somewhere. I'm going to let it sit because it's going to sit so low anyway. I don't think it's going to matter. And then I did my pocket bags in this adorable remnant quilting cotton I had from Joann's. I think I had like a 3/4 of a yard. And it was like $2. So I purchased it and never really had something to make with it. And lo and behold, this I feel is perfect for the pocket bags. I've already cut the inner waistband out of this fabric as well, just because I think it'll be a nice addition and touch. So that's what I've been doing. I'm keeping this closed with a safety pin for right now. That's where I'm at. I think my next step on that is the back yoke. And from there, you do the belt loops, the waistband, and you sew the body. I think you sew the body together and then the belt loops and the waistband. I have taken the weekend off, and I am going to really just do stuff around the house and hopefully sew. One of the items I said I was working on is I've cut out pieces for a Frankie tee just like this out of that mosaic glass, beach glass kind of looking knit fabric from Joann's. I have 2.5 yards of that. So there's going to be plenty left over. And my niece, the 8-year-old one, the one that still likes dresses, wants a t-shirt dress. So I am struggling to find a t-shirt dress that I could make her. So if it gives you any reference, she's 8. And I know the style she really loves is similar to this dress from Simplicity. She's got something similar to this, but I'm looking for something that I could do a long sleeve, but a basic t-shirt dress with maybe a gathered waist and some patch pockets, which I could do that. In the past, I have made her t-shirt dresses out of the DIBY Club ABBT, and I have just extended it and A-lined it to where I thought her dress should be. However, this time I think I wanted to try to emulate something a little bit more like this. And because I'm using the rest of that fabric piece, I don't necessarily want to do something with a circle skirt, because I think that will take up more fabric than I care to use for her dress. I think something like this where it's 2 rectangles and it's a gathered skirt instead of a circle skirt would be just fine. If you have any ideas, if you've seen a children's pattern similar to this knit fabric, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it, because that would be one of the projects I'd like to accomplish. And I really want to do a long sleeve shirt for her so she can wear it, a long sleeve shirt dress, so she can wear it this fall and in the winter. Penny is really chilling out there. Switching gears, we've talked about health, we've talked about sewing, we've seen Penny. Next up is just some things that I've been doing. Recently, I posted a video for the banana bread that I make that usually wins a ribbon at the fair when I enter it. So I thought it was something perfect and autumnal, just a good, actually I made that video to post on my real estate YouTube for my company. And I also wanted to share it with you guys because a lot of you do like to bake, and I'm not a professionally trained baker, but I am a blue ribbon winning baker. So thank you to everybody that's watched that. A lot of people have banana bread recipes that they hold dear and true to their heart. So no harm, no foul if it's not your cup of tea and you come here for sewing. I completely understand. I do like watching other people bake as well on YouTube. So it was fun for me to make that video. I know that baking videos might not be somebody else's jam, so I want to keep it mostly sewing related, and Friday Sews is definitely a big part of that in this community. In case you are looking for something to watch on TV, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do watch a lot of streaming services when I'm busy crafting or sewing, or even when I'm baking or doing something like washing the dishes. I tend to put something on as I wash dishes, which I'm going to be doing momentarily. And I wanted to share with you a couple of the things that we've been watching. We usually watch when we go to bed an episode of something or a part of a movie every night. And we usually watch TV in bed for maybe a half hour or hour. Right now we are on Hart, which is on Amazon Prime. If you were alive during that time in the early 1980s, you might remember Heart to Heart if you lived in the US. I don't know if it was available in other parts of the world, but it featured Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers as a married couple, the Harts, and they were wealthy, rich, to-do people, and they solved mysteries every week. The nostalgia for me watching it is like through the roof. I love 60s fashions, everybody knows, but 80s fashions too have a special place in my heart because I was an 80s kid. And I keep watching, we watch it maybe an episode a night, and I'm always telling Big Daddy, oh, I love what she's wearing. Oh, I love what Jennifer Hart is wearing. So now I have this mental list in my head of all the different styles of clothes that she's been wearing that I now want to make. And FYI, the Deer and Dome Melliot shirt is right there. If you make the one with the granddad collar and the short sleeves or even the long sleeves, that fit is very on trend for 1980, 1981. And I love how a lot of the women would wear a belt over the blouse, and it was either a loose or fitted blouse, and they still would wear the belt, and I am soaking that up. It is a great fall weekend. I think with the rain that we have, we're going to have, all the leaves are going to start coming down. There are things I want to bake. There are things I want to start prepping. And I just, I want to make warm, comfy soup tonight for dinner because it's chilly and cold out and wet and rainy. And I know when I get done with this video, I have to walk that Penny. And Penny's going to want to walk, and she could care less about the rain. And there's no thunder, so she's really carefree. And it'll be chilly, and we're going to come inside, and I'm going to say, oh, I need a shower. And then I'm going to want to make dinner, and I have a lot of dishes to do. So do you see, this is my life right now. I hope you find time to do something creative this weekend. I am really looking forward to it after having weeks of not being able to be creative. Oh, I had one more. I have one more to share. One more to share. It is officially, I feel, time to start crocheting and knitting again for this season. Some people can knit and crochet all year round, and I try, but I think we get so warm in the summer that it's not as enjoyable, and I don't find myself wanting to do it. But evenings in the fall and winter, I love to knit and crochet. So now I'm going to be spending the weekend finding my next project, which should be one of the sweaters for my nieces. Hello, ladies, if you're watching. Every year, no surprise, I make them each a sweater, and sometimes I knit them and sometimes I crochet them. And I think it's time to start working on their Christmas present sweaters. They never have a say in it. We have gotten out of the unicorn color phase, thank goodness. I think we're in the black phase of life now. We're preteens, and we like Guns N' Roses. And I think that's going to play a big part of the colors of the sweaters I make this year. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to start looking through the interweb to find the perfect sweater for an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or both. And then I'm going to see what I have in my yarn stash and get cracking. And sewing wise, I want to work on that Frankie tee, finish that up. And I don't know, I'm not holding myself down to finishing these jeans this weekend. I am more interested in taking a break from them, doing a nice quick palette cleanser and coming back to them. But I do not want to be rushing those jeans because I am going to wear the heck out of them this fall and in the spring. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching and tuning in. And if there's anything that you do care for a topic, let me know, because I'm open. This is the One Lisa Show, where I can talk about anything related to Lisa, including her. Have a great weekend. Do something creative, and whatever you do, I like how Granny's Sewing Room says, do it in the name of the Lord. Bye, guys. Thank you.